You ever notice how some people just don't respect you no matter how kind you are? It doesn't matter what you do. They talk down to you, dismiss you, or try to make you feel small. And here's the truth. You can't control how people treat you, but you can control what you allow. So today, let's talk about 5 powerful ways to deal with people who don't respect you. Not every insult needs a comeback. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is nothing. When you don't feed disrespect with your attention, you starve it. Silence doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're in control. People will only cross the lines you don't draw. If you never say that's not okay, they'll keep doing it. Boundaries aren't walls to push people away. They're guardrails that protect your peace. When someone disrespects you, they often want you to lose control. Don't give them that satisfaction. Breathe, slow down, then choose your words with intention. A calm response will always carry more weight than an angry reaction. Not everyone deserves front row access to your life. Some people drain you, and if you let them, they'll drain you dry. Protect your time, protect your space, protect your peace like it's gold, because it is. Respect isn't something you beg for. If someone consistently shows they can't give it, you don't argue, you don't fight, you leave. Walking away doesn't mean you lost. It means you chose yourself. Silence is power, not weakness, and sometimes the best response to disrespect is no response at all. When someone disrespects you, the first instinct is often to defend yourself, to clap back, to match their tone, or raise your voice just so they know you're not someone to be played with. But here's the thing. Disrespect says more about them than it ever will about you. When you choose silence instead of reacting, you're not losing. You're winning. You're proving that you won't let someone else's lack of respect pull you out of your character. Think about it. Disrespect thrives on attention. It feeds off your reaction. The more you fight back with anger, the more energy you give to a person who never deserved your energy in the first place. Silence cuts that off immediately. It says, I'm not going to waste my breath on you. I know who I am, and I don't need your approval. That's not weakness, that's strength. That's control. It takes discipline to walk away when your pride wants to stay and argue. It takes confidence to stay quiet when every part of you wants to prove a point. But silence is a choice, and it's a powerful one. Silence also protects your dignity. If you're constantly responding to every little jab or insult, you're handing over pieces of your peace to someone who hasn't earned it. By saying nothing, you keep your dignity intact. You send a message without saying a single word. I don't operate on your level. I don't play your games. I'm not moved by your attempt to belittle me. That's a message louder than any comeback could ever be. Now, silence doesn't mean you ignore everything forever. It doesn't mean you let people walk all over you. What it means is that you pick your battles wisely. Not every comment deserves your attention. Not every action deserves a response. And sometimes the most strategic move is no move at all. People who are looking for a reaction will eventually get frustrated when they realize you won't give them what they want. And the beauty of it, they expose themselves without you ever having to say a word. Silence gives you space. Space to process, to reflect, to decide what's truly worth your time. When you're silent, you're in control of your emotions. And when you control your emotions, you control the outcome. Silence puts you in the driver's seat, while the person disrespecting you is stuck in the passenger seat, trying to steer from the wrong side. So the next time someone disrespects you, remember this. Silence isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's self-respect, it's power. And while they may expect you to fight back, the strongest thing you can do is to hold your peace and walk away with your head high. Because at the end of the day, your silence is not empty. It's full of strength, full of confidence, and full of the message that you refuse to give your energy to anything that doesn't deserve it. And that is real power. Set clear boundaries because people treat you how you allow them to treat you. If you don't make it clear where the line is, don't be surprised when others step over it. Boundaries are not about being rude or distant. They are about protecting your peace, your dignity, and your energy. Without boundaries, you give people silent permission to treat you in ways you don't deserve. And here's the truth. If you never say enough, they will never stop. Boundaries are like guardrails on a road. They keep everything in its proper lane and prevent accidents before they happen. When someone disrespects you and you don't address it, you teach them that their behavior is acceptable. You may not realize it, but every time you stay silent, every time you let something slide, you're reinforcing their belief that they can get away with it. Setting boundaries flips the script. It tells people exactly how far they can go with you, and it shows them. You respect yourself enough to demand respect in return. The challenge is that many of us avoid setting boundaries because we're afraid of being judged, afraid of losing people, afraid of conflict. But here's the reality. If someone leaves your life because you set a boundary, they were never meant to stay. Boundaries don't push away the right people. They filter out the wrong ones. The people who genuinely value you will respect your limits. The ones who don't will resist, complain, or even walk away. And that's not a loss, it's a blessing. Setting boundaries also creates clarity. Instead of living with resentment, instead of silently boiling inside every time someone crosses the line, you put the responsibility where it belongs, on the other person to respect what you've made clear. And if they don't, you have every right to limit their access to you. Boundaries are not about controlling others. They're about controlling yourself. They are about deciding what you will and will not tolerate and standing by that decision no matter what. But here's the key. A boundary without enforcement is just a suggestion. You can't say, "Don't talk to me that way," and then keep entertaining conversations where you're disrespected. You can't say, "My time is valuable," and then allow people to waste it again and again. Your actions must back up your words. Boundaries only work when you enforce them consistently and firmly. The moment you start setting boundaries, you'll notice a shift. Some people will test you, some will resist, and some will fall away. But the people who stay, they'll treat you with a new level of respect because they know you respect yourself. And that's the point. So don't apologize for protecting your peace. Don't shrink yourself just to make others comfortable. Don't fear the loss of people who were never willing to value you in the first place. Set the line, hold the line, and stand tall knowing that boundaries aren't walls to keep people out. They are doors that only open for those who truly deserve a place in your life. Because at the end of the day, when you set clear boundaries, you're not just teaching others how to treat you, you're reminding yourself of what you're worth. Respond, don't react, because emotional control makes you stronger than their words. The difference between responding and reacting is the difference between power and weakness. A reaction is immediate, emotional, and often reckless. It comes from anger, frustration, or pride, and more often than not, it leaves you regretting what you said or did. A response, on the other hand, is intentional. It's calm, thought out, and designed to protect your dignity while still addressing the situation. When you respond instead of react, you show that no matter what is thrown at you, you remain in control. People who disrespect you often want one thing, a reaction. They want to see you flinch, lose your cool, or lower yourself to their level. That's how they feel powerful. But the moment you refuse to give them that, the game is over. You strip them of their control because you didn't give them what they came for. That's why responding calmly, clearly, and confidently is so powerful. It shifts the balance of control back to you. Responding doesn't mean you ignore what was said or done. It means you take a moment before you act. You breathe, you process, and you decide if this is even worth your energy. Sometimes the best response is silence. Other times it's a firm statement like, "That's not acceptable." The key is that you choose your words instead of letting your emotions choose them for you. Emotional control is not about suppressing how you feel. It's about mastering how you express it. Think of it like this. When you react, you give the other person the steering wheel of your emotions. They push a button and you explode. They say something and you snap back. They insult and you get pulled into an argument. But when you respond, you keep the wheel in your own hands. You decide the direction. You decide the tone. You decide when and how to engage. That is real strength. Of course, controlling your emotions in the heat of the moment isn't easy. It takes practice, it takes discipline, but the more you practice responding instead of reacting, the more powerful you become. People will start to notice that they can't rattle you. They can't push you around. They can't make you lose yourself just to prove a point. That presence, calm, composed, and unshaken, speaks louder than any reaction ever could. And here's something important. Your response is not for them, it's for you. It's a reflection of your self-respect. You're not lowering yourself just because someone else tried to drag you down. You're standing tall, keeping your composure, and reminding yourself that no one else controls your peace of mind but you. So the next time someone disrespects you, don't let their words dictate your emotions. Pause, breathe, think, then choose how you want to respond, if you even choose to respond at all. Because strength isn't in how loud you get, it's in how calm you remain. And in that calmness, you'll discover the truth. Emotional control isn't weakness, it's your greatest power. Protect your energy because not everyone deserves your time or attention. The truth is, your energy is one of the most valuable resources you have. It shapes the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you show up in the world. But too often, we give it away freely to people who drain us, disrespect us, or take us for granted. And when that happens, we're left feeling exhausted, frustrated, and empty. Protecting your energy means being intentional about where you invest it, because not everyone who demands your attention deserves it. You have to understand that your energy is like currency. Every time you give it to someone, you're making an investment. The question is, what kind of return are you getting? Some people give back encouragement, love, and respect. That's energy well spent. Others only give back negativity, drama, or constant disrespect. That's energy wasted. If you're not careful, you can spend all your emotional currency on people who only leave you broke in spirit. Protecting your energy means knowing who's worth it and who's not. Protecting your energy doesn't mean you cut everyone off at the first sign of conflict. It means you set limits. You decide who gets your full attention and who gets limited access. It means you learn to say no without guilt, because every yes to someone who drains you is a no to your own peace of mind. And peace should always come first. You can't pour into your goals, your relationships, or yourself if you're constantly drained by people who don't value your presence. Sometimes protecting your energy means physical distance, choosing not to spend time in environments that make you feel small or unworthy. Other times it's emotional distance, deciding not to get involved in arguments, gossip, or unnecessary drama. And often it's simply about guarding your focus, refusing to let distractions or negative voices pull you away from what really matters in your life. Protecting your energy is about taking responsibility for what you allow into your mind, your space, and your heart. The hard part is that some of the people who drain your energy may be close to you, friends, family, even coworkers. That makes it harder to set limits, but not impossible. Protecting your energy doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop sacrificing your well-being for the sake of keeping everyone else comfortable. It means you understand that self-care is not selfish, it's survival. And the people who truly care about you will respect that. When you begin to protect your energy, you'll notice a shift. You'll feel lighter. You'll think clearer. You'll have more room in your life for the people and opportunities that actually uplift you. And most importantly, you'll stop giving power to those who never deserved it in the first place. So don't hand out your time and attention like it's unlimited. It's not. Be selective, be intentional, protect it like it's gold, because it is. At the end of the day, your energy is the fuel for your peace, your success, and your happiness. Guard it fiercely, because once it's gone, you can't get it back. And anyone who can't respect that doesn't deserve a place in your space. Respect yourself first, because the way you carry yourself teaches others how to treat you. People learn how to approach you, how to speak to you, and how to value you based on what you first showed them about yourself. If you constantly put yourself down, if you settle for less, if you allow disrespect without ever addressing it, you send the message that it's acceptable. But when you respect yourself, when you carry yourself with confidence and dignity, others take notice. They see the standard you live by, and they either rise to it or fall away. Self-respect isn't about arrogance. It's not about thinking you're better than anyone else. It's about knowing your worth and refusing to accept anything less. It's about having the courage to say, I deserve to be treated with kindness, honesty, and respect, and I will not settle for less than that. When you hold yourself to that standard, you attract people who honor it. And the ones who don't, they won't stick around, because your self-respect will expose their lack of respect. The truth is, people often mirror the way you treat yourself. If you constantly apologize for existing, they'll treat you like you're a burden. If you always put yourself last, they'll assume your needs don't matter. But when you carry yourself with self-worth, when you speak with confidence, and when you show through your actions that you value your time, your space, and your peace, you teach others to do the same. You're not waiting for permission to be respected. You're setting the tone from the very beginning. Respecting yourself also means setting standards for your life, not just with people, but with everything. Your work, your goals, your relationships, and even your habits. It means not tolerating what drains you or keeps you small. It means being mindful of what you allow into your mind and heart. Because self-respect is more than words, it's lifestyle. It's in the way you talk to yourself, the choices you make, and the way you handle challenges. Now, respecting yourself first doesn't mean you'll never be disrespected. It means when it happens, you'll know how to respond. You won't argue for your worth. You won't beg for acknowledgement. You'll know that your value is not up for negotiation. Self-respect gives you the strength to walk away from what no longer serves you and the wisdom to recognize what truly does. And here's the powerful part. When you respect yourself, you give others permission to respect themselves too. Your example becomes a mirror for them. People see the way you live, and it inspires them to raise their own standards. In that way, respecting yourself doesn't just protect your peace, it influences the world around you. So carry yourself with dignity. Speak to yourself with kindness. Protect your time like it's precious. Stand tall in who you are, even when others try to tear you down. Because at the end of the day, the way you treat yourself sets the stage for how everyone else will treat you. Respect yourself first, and the rest will follow. Walk away when needed, because leaving is not losing, it's choosing peace. Many people think walking away is a sign of weakness, like you couldn't handle the pressure or stand your ground. But the truth is, walking away takes more strength than staying in a place where your value is constantly overlooked. It takes courage to say, I deserve better than this, and to step away from people, places, or situations that no longer honor you. Staying where you are, disrespected just to prove a point, isn't strength. It's self-betrayal. Real strength is knowing when it's time to go. When you walk away, you're not giving up. You're reclaiming control. You're saying, I refuse to keep investing in what drains me. I refuse to stay where I'm not valued. That's not quitting. That's protecting your peace. Too often, people waste years fighting battles that were never theirs to win, trying to change someone who doesn't want to change, trying to force respect where there is none. But here's the reality. You can't make someone respect you. You can't force someone to value you. What you can do is choose yourself and walk away from what no longer serves you. Walking away doesn't mean you didn't care. It doesn't mean you didn't try. It means you finally realized your worth. It means you love yourself enough to stop settling for less than you deserve. Sometimes silence won't change them. Boundaries won't change them. Calm responses won't change them. And that's when walking away becomes the most powerful response of all. Because the act of leaving sends a louder message than any words ever could. I will not stay where respect is missing. Walking away also gives you freedom. Freedom from constant conflict, freedom from negativity, freedom from the weight of trying to fix what was never yours to fix. And in that freedom, you find peace. You discover new opportunities, healthier relationships, and a stronger version of yourself. Walking away doesn't close your life down. It opens it up. It clears out the people who were blocking your growth and makes space for the ones who will truly value you. The hardest part about walking away is the fear of loss. Fear of being alone, fear of what others will think, fear of starting over. But leaving something toxic behind isn't losing, it's winning back your time, your energy, and your joy. You don't lose by walking away. You lose by staying in a place that steals your peace and your self-respect. So don't be afraid to leave. Don't be afraid to put yourself first. Don't be afraid to step away from what doesn't serve you. Walking away doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're wise. It means you've learned the lesson and are ready to grow. At the end of the day, peace is worth more than proving a point. And when you choose peace, you never truly lose. You only win. At the end of the day, dealing with people who don't respect you is not about changing them. It's about protecting yourself. You can't control what comes out of someone else's mouth, but you can control what you allow into your life. When you choose silence instead of chaos, when you set clear boundaries, when you respond with composure instead of reacting with anger, when you protect your energy, when you respect yourself first, and when you walk away when it's needed, you're building a life rooted in dignity and peace. Each of these choices reminds you that respect isn't something you beg for, it's something you require by the way you live and carry yourself. And the greatest freedom comes when you finally realize you don't have to stay where respect is missing. You can choose yourself every single time. Thank you.